History is full of mighty kings, brilliant philosophers, fearless generals, and legendary conquerors. You'd expect them to go out in glorious battles, or maybe die peacefully in their sleep. Indeed, some of them did. But some of them died in ways that sound completely made up. These are some of history's weirdest deaths. In 1871, American lawyer and politician Clement Vallandigham was defending a man accused of murder. The prosecution argued that the victim had been shot, while Vallandigham argued that the victim had accidentally shot himself. To prove it, he decided to demonstrate exactly how it could have happened. Holding a pistol he thought was unloaded, Vallandigham reenacted the event and accidentally shot himself. He died the next day. The good news? His demonstration apparently convinced the jury and his client was acquitted. Attila the Hun was one of the most feared men in history. Entire empires trembled at his approach. Yet, according to historical accounts, he didn't die in battle. In 453 AD, after an evening of heavy drinking and celebrating his latest marriage, Attila suffered a nosebleed. Apparently, too drunk to wake up or help himself, he choked on his own blood and died in his sleep. King Martin of Aragon may have had one of history's funniest deaths. According to one account, he'd eaten a whole goose and was suffering from indigestion. Then his court jester entered and told him he'd seen a deer hanging by its tail from a fig tree. For some reason, Martin found this absolutely hilarious and laughed so hard he died. Modern historians aren't entirely certain this story is true, but it's too strange not to mention. The death of King Edward II of England is one of history's most infamous mysteries. After being deposed, he was imprisoned and died under suspicious circumstances in 1327. Later stories claim that assassins murdered him by inserting a red-hot iron into his body. The alleged method became famous because it supposedly left no visible marks. I'll leave you to guess where they shoved it. Historians today debate whether this gruesome story is true at all. But even as a rumour, it's certainly one of history's strangest alleged deaths. Pope Adrian IV has a unique claim to fame. He remains the only English pope in history. His death was equally unusual. In 1159, while drinking spring water, he apparently swallowed a fly. The small creature became lodged in his throat and caused him to choke to death. A tragic end for a man with such achievements. Sigurd Eysteinsson, also known as Sigurd the Mighty, had just defeated one of his greatest enemies, Maelbrigte. To celebrate, he decapitated his rival and tied the head to his saddle as a trophy. As he rode home, one of the dead man's teeth repeatedly scratched Sigurd's leg. The small wound became infected, and the victorious Viking died because of a cut inflicted by the mouth of a man he'd already defeated. During the American Civil War, Union General John Sedgwick's men were taking fire from Confederate sharpshooters. His soldiers ducked for cover, but Sedgwick mocked them, reportedly saying they couldn't hit an elephant from this distance. Moments later, he was shot and killed. Sometimes history has impeccable timing. In 1923, jockey Frank Hayes was competing in a horse race in New York. During the race, he suffered a fatal heart attack, but nobody realised. His body remained in the saddle as his horse crossed the finish line first. Frank Hayes became, and remains, the only jockey in history to win a race after he was already dead. The Greek philosopher Chrysippus helped found the school of Stoicism. According to ancient stories, he saw a donkey eating figs. Finding this amusing, he supposedly ordered wine to be given to the donkey. The sight became apparently so funny to him that he laughed uncontrollably and died. Being killed by a drunken donkey is not the legacy most philosophers hope for. Aeschylus, one of ancient Greece's greatest playwrights, supposedly received a prophecy that he would die from something falling on his head. Naturally, he tried to avoid tall buildings. According to legend, while standing outside, an eagle mistook his bald head for a rock and dropped a tortoise onto it, hoping to crack open the shell. Instead, it killed Aeschylus. Even fate apparently has a sense of humour. History isn't just a collection of wars and dates. It's full of bizarre accidents, strange coincidences, and endings so absurd that they sound fictional. Which of these deaths do you think was the weirdest? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing history.